All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pandemic Stories, the show that spotlights inspirational stories of people who've turned adversity into advantage. It's all about inspiration, it's all about creativity and enterprise. My name is Ugochukwu Ezagola and I am your regular host on this show. My guest on today's show is a young man that I admire so much, and I love what he does, and he's already an inspiration to other young people like him. He's a creative. He calls himself a creative tailor. He's a creative tailor, and he's done fantastic for himself. All right, as usual, I'm gonna go on the short break, and then when I come back, I will be live with my guest. All right, stay tuned, please. All right, welcome back to today's show. I remain Ugochukwu Ezagola, and this is Pandemic Stories, brought to you by Virtual Events Limited. Virtual Events is Nigeria's number one fully dedicated virtual event streaming company. And the Pandemic Stories, like I said in my intro, kind of like spotlight. We're trying to spotlight stories of people who have been able to turn adversity into advantage. His program is geared towards inspiring you and also, being able to point out stories of creativity and then, of course, turning it into enterprise. So today I have a guest. His name is Amos Solomon Yomi, or Solomon Yomi. Like I said, he's one wonderful young man, and I admire him. I admire what he does. He's an inspiration to a lot of young people. And Amos, so good to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. Just relax.
Good evening,
All
sir.
right. So it's such an exciting time today. We're happy to have you on the show. It's your first, it's your first appearance on Pandemic Story. And so I welcome you. All right, Amos.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good to have you. I
Thank
like
you
this
so much
your
for
hair.
having me.
I like this your hairstyle. What color is that? Is that green?
Yeah, it's green for Nigeria, sir. To
Oh
represent
yeah.
the country.
Such a patriotic human being. That's good. It feels good to see young people that are so patriotic, right? It's coming at a time that we really need the grace of God to actually But I trust God that Nigeria will be great again. Nigeria will be great again. All right, Amos. So good to have you on the show. Pandemic Stories. So
Hello,
first,
sir.
tell us who is Amos?
Can
Who
you
is
hear me?
Amos? Yes, I can hear you clearly.
I think I can't hear you. Can you hear me,
Okay.
sir?
Can you hear me now?
I can't. I can't.
Okay. So let's go on this
Hello.
break, and let's hope you fix your audio shortly. All right, welcome back, Amos. Can you hear me now?
I I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me, sir? I can
Yeah,
hear you clearly,
I
sir.
can hear you clearly. Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
I
beautiful.
can, sir.
All right. So I was just asking you, like, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Amos? Who is Amos Uriyomi Solomon?
Thank you so much for that question, sir. My name is Amos Solomon Yomi. I'm the creative director of Amos Wears and also the lead tailor at Amos Wears.
All right. So did you come to this world as a creative director? What's your background? This okay, seriously
Okay,
now. did you study tailoring or fashion design? Was that your major in school?
No, sir. No, I studied general art actually, painting, sculpting, drawing, modeling, and the rest of it. All the things that entails art. That's what I studied in school.
All right.
Um,
Oh, okay. I see the connection. I mean, it's all still connected. The creative arts and all that. That's great. So how long have you been running Amos Wares?
wow, that's a beautiful question, sir. Okay, so actually, I took interest in the art of fashion designing in 2010, and that was after my secondary school. Because of course, everybody wants to learn something after secondary school, then to just keep them busy. So I signed up as an apprentice at a tailor shop close to my mom's house. And in 2016, I gained admission to Yaba College of Technology, popularly known as Yaba Tech. uh, the reason why I took art as as a study is because art is something I have been wanting to do. I've been wanting to infuse into tailoring, even on before me learning fashion designing. I've been wanting to infuse art into fashion. So I saw Yaba Tech as an opportunity for me to learn and study art, and that was why I took the offer and study general art in 2016.
Okay. So you studied general arts in Yaba Tech, and then
Yes, sir.
but before you got into school, you were already making clothes. I hear.
Yes, sir.
And so, so,
Yes,
so
sir.
bottom line was that as of 2010, like you said, you
Yes, sir.
that should be before you got into school. You went to become an apprentice. I want to believe that was the time you were waiting for jam, right? you were
Exactly, sir.
there's always a wait period. I mean, we all have that wait period. Like, you write it the first time, you don't get it, and then you have to retake and retake. But one interesting thing I tell young people is that that particular point in time is actually one of the most important times of our lives, right? So you've got to equip yourself at that particular point in time. And so a lot of people miss it because, so for instance, a lot of things I do today was actually the skills that I acquired during that my period, that wait period. All of us have it. For some people, it's 1 year. For some people, it's 6 months. For some people, unfortunately, it's 5 years, right? But that's a period to equip yourself with life skills that will turn around and help you. And I'm glad that you were able to take advantage of that and you learned, to make clothes. And today, that's like your main business. And I'm very, very excited. All right. So tell us about
Thank you so much, sir.
your pandemic experience. Where were you? What was the? I mean, being someone that make clothes for people. I guess with the pandemic and the whole restrictions on events and all that, it must have affected your income because obviously people were not coming to make clothes to go for parties again. So tell me, how did that hit you, and how were you able to survive it? Yeah.
Pardon me, please.
Laughing.
Because if 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 they have to call someone pandemic, I think it should be me. Because for the first 1 to 2 months of the lockdown, all I was doing was conceptualizing design,
Wow.
thinking of how to sell uh, something unique to my client.
Mm,
It was because my rent expires by April, and
mm.
before pandemic, I invested my money in a business that a friend of mine introduced me into, and I just put my savings, boom, into it, not knowing that pandemic will come and lock everybody's down.
You said you invested your money into
So
what? Sorry, you said you invested
into a
your money in
business.
what? In business. Okay.
Into a business. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't mention the business name because I know it's my fault. I didn't do my findings, and it's a good lesson. A lot from it, and that really shook me during this pandemic. And
Mm.
I just thought of it that I can't sit down. I can't continue thinking over money I can't get back. And I spent to in order to get to my clients, I was able to make um, unique design. Like
So let me
I
get
was
this.
able to
Like,
make the zipper face mask.
okay. Oh, you did face mask. Oh, really? So let me get it
Yeah,
right.
I was able. I was able. I
So
was
so the pandemic, the challenge of the pandemic for you was double fold because there was the problem of the pandemic itself, which was affecting your primary business, which is the cloth making, right? And then beyond that,
Yes, sir.
you are taking I mean, a large sum of money to invest in some other venture or some other business that at the end of the day did not materialize. So it was like a double challenge for you, right? And
Exactly, sir.
so now what you're saying is that that time that looks like a downtime, like the lowest time of your moment of your life, was when, let me just say, the Spirit of God inspired you, right, to come up with
Yes.
unique designs. Wow, that's great. That's great. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a bit, right? We're going to talk about that in a bit
Okay,
because
sir.
I really want to hear about, because I know you have a collection that you said was inspired by this pandemic. All right.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
we're going to go on a short break now, and when we come back, I want to show the people some of your collections. What did you call the collection again? What did you call the collection?
Design hidden in the pandemic.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Say it
An
again.
unseen, an unseen thing.
All right. All right. Let's go on this short break. When we come back, yes, let's go on the break quickly. All right, welcome back to Pandemic Stories. My name is Ugochukwu Ezeagola. I am your host on the show, and today I have with me someone that is very, very, very enterprising. His name is Amos Solomon Yomi. He's a creative director of Amos Wears. Amos Wears, they make very, very unique designs, and of course, you saw his collection during that short break. You see the kind of styles he makes, very creative. And I dare say that he actually made this outfit that I'm I'm putting on today. And so yeah, so Amos, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So tell us a bit about this. Tell us more about this your collection, and then what inspired it. And then what has been the reception of this your collection? What has been the reception? I mean, I hear from a lot of people, I hear you're really cashing out this period, really, really cashing out this period, from this collection. So tell me, what inspired this collection?
Okay. Actually, for the first 2 months, like I said, I wasn't stable. I wasn't myself. I was a little bit down. And the only thing that comes to my mind each time I'm in my own space, because every artist have their own space. So each time I'm in my own space, the Holy Spirit just tells me, you know what? There is something hidden in the pandemic. There is something hidden in the pandemic. And I kept on sketching. I kept on sketching. The fact that pandemic has affected so many businesses, and in the fashion world, it has changed people's mindset. People don't want to go out. People don't want to wear um, complex design anymore. People just don't want to order any clothes because we don't go to our normal O&B anymore. And I just thought of it that, come on, I can do something easy to wear. I can create a zipper collection, and that is more reason why you have. If you check the previous picture, there is a particular design where I have zip buckle, and also we tape the red round with
Mm.
the fabric. The reason why we tape the head with the fabric is because of the pandemic. Yeah, and this is a bag, and the bag shows art, and you can see that there is someone's face, more like an expression on it, and to prevent you going out to wear the clothes, and to covers you from how do I put it,
So basically, what you're saying really is that what inspired this collection, yes, apart from the deep inspiration of the Spirit of God, but then you thought about the functional need of the people at this time, and that's the fact that people don't have the luxury of going for parties anymore. Like they just need something that is ready to go, right? And that's one of the
yes, sir.
reasons why you have this. That's interesting. Okay, I actually have a few other pictures to show. So this is Bishop Mike Okonkwo. So you're a very global person. I mean, last year's conference, that's the Kingdom Life World Conference of the Redeemed Evangelical Mission. It appeared that you literally were the official stylist for all the speakers at the event. So we have here Bishop Mike Okonkwo. We have here. I think I have a picture of. This is
To the Bismarck
what is it, Bishop to the Bismarck, and then we also had
and Malcolm.
Malcolm, right? So tell us about all of them. How did it happen? How did it happen? I mean, at that
Okay.
point, like everybody said, "Oh wow, Amos has gone global." So
Actually,
how did it happen?
I got the call from one of my father. I got the call from one of my father at Shayo Adibayo, and he said, Amos, we have a very strong project. We want you to sew outfit for the guests that will be coming for Kingdom Life. And I'm like, so how do I take their measurements? All of that was the question he was asking me, and some other pastors are asking me, how do I do it? And the fact that I study art in school, I know body anatomy, I know the structure of people. I can get a picture, watch 2 to 3 of their videos, see how they move, and I'll be able to um, get their measurement. All I did was just guess their measurement, and
Wow.
all
So,
thanks to
so
God. So
you didn't have to you didn't take their measurement, like you just
at once, sir, I didn't.
wow. And all of them, the clothes fit them perfectly.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. That's
And
great.
we also make for mm, I think Pastor Shimolowo,
Oh, really?
yeah, and Mensa Otabil, and
Yeah, yes,
everything
I think I saw that.
it was much, and I did it in 3 days interval because we don't have time to prepare on before time, and I just have to do all of those things in 3 days interval. And I thank God that it was a success, and there is no complaint. I didn't even do any amendments. I think the only one
Wow.
I amended was when Malcolm's own, and that was because I didn't pay attention to his breath, actually, sir.
Wow, that's great. I mean, so you see the connection, really. I mean, studying your creative, your arts, and all that actually, has a value that it brings into the fashion and the styling. So we're going to go on another break, right? I know that recently you had you were the one that styled the recent video shoot for LC Beat. LC Beat is one of Nigeria's leading gospel singers, and you had the honor of not just styling, you also dance actually. So, and you danced in that particular. We don't have that video here, but I'm hoping that we can get LC Beats himself, live on this show in a few in a moment. So let's take this short break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to talk about that video shoot and also probably have LC Beats on. All right, stay tuned, please. All right, welcome back to Pandemic Stories. My name is Ogojukwe Zagula, and I'm your host on this show. Pandemic Stories is that show that spotlights inspirational stories of people who've been able to turn, uh, 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 you know, who've been able to turn around challenging situations during this capacity into advantage. And I've been chatting with a very, very, very creative young guy, a creative fashion designer, or a creative tailor. His name is Amos Solomon Yomi. Amos, welcome back. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
okay, so we have someone else who's going to be joining us. His name is LCB. LCB,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good, man.
All
Sorry,
right.
I had to get out of
Yeah,
this long traffic and find a place to park for this.
I can imagine. I can imagine. This is Lagos. For all our viewers all around the world, Lagos is that place where you have to pull over to connect to a live show because you're stuck in traffic. All right, I've been chatting with Amos, and we talked before we went on the break. We talked about your latest music video, and Amos actually styled that video. I mean, he styled you in that video and all the dancers, right? So you tell us a bit about that and how that project went.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. I've always wanted to work with Amos for a long time. I've just been looking for the right time and these things don't come cheap. You
Mm,
understand?
yeah.
With the right mindset, you get. So I just found that this pandemic. I think I kind of went to see him to talk about the video during the pandemic. Apparently, what came out was not the plan. The plan was to do in a stadium. Do you understand? Because
Yeah.
he was to do the art direction too for the video.
Mm,
But thank God we were able to find a good studio that we won't have any issue with the law concerning regards this pandemic and all. So
mm.
well, he came out well. He came out fantastically good. Apparently,
I, I've
thanks to
seen
the
that
other,
video myself.
thanks to Amos for the inspiration and
I think what you've just done, you just corroborated his claim. He had said to me earlier on the show that what the pandemic did basically was like it triggered his creativity,
yeah, yeah.
and he came up with a fashion collection this
Okay.
pandemic. That fashion collection is selling very, very hot, very, very hot. And then also, he was the art director for your video shoot. And I've watched that video shoot myself. I was amazed when I saw that video. I was like, man, I mean, I think I saw some behind the scenes pictures first. Then I now
Oh,
saw the video itself. I think that video was world class. And the styling was amazing. The styling was something very unique. And for a gospel song, it was just out of the box. And I think, I mean, Amos, you did very, very well. You know the thing, don't look down on anybody. Like people are just, you don't know what people carry, right? I mean, that's the message I got from that. And LC Beats, what have you been up to lately? How has the
yeah.
pandemic? I mean, you dropped a track during the pandemic. It means the pandemic had nothing on you.
I actually have an album out of the
Wow,
pandemic. It's just the right time and like I said, right mindset for the release and all.
wow, wow.
Well,
So good.
I can say this pandemic has been a plus in a lot of ways. You know,
Mm,
Yeah.
giving the time, giving us that avenue to have time for family, like the correct time
mm,
for family. There's some
mm.
people that you've not even called for a while,
Yeah.
and this pandemic just will probably reenacted the friendship that you've lost over a time.
Mm.
And
That,
another thing that I want to say about this pandemic has given me that I want to say time to be able to create the songs that I've done over the songs I have here. You guys are not ready.
Okay, okay. So we probably will bring you on the show to come and talk about your songs.
No
Don't take
problem.
the shine off Amos. Today is Amos.
No problem.
So today is Amos, and why we just brought you on the show is just to say, look, just to corroborate the points that Amos was making about him being able to kind of like make the burst out of this pandemic. What this show is all about basically is we're spotlighting inspirational stories. There's a lot of inspirational stories that have come out of this pandemic. You know, people who've turned adversity into advantage, and Amos is one of those fantastic people. I mean, Amos had been able to more than triple his income based on what he has told me, be able to
Wow.
triple his income during this pandemic. His
Wow.
collection, as we speak, the collection he brought out this pandemic has been on, I mean, it's been massive. The reception has been massive. I think I got one of the collections, and I mean, people saw me wear it, and all of a sudden, you know, there was a rush, you know, for him. And I've already told him that I'm going to get commission off all those things. But this is inspiring. Like, rather than
Very.
you look down on the situation, you know, he was able to look up and drew some inspiration. All right, I know you're on the road. I know you're on the road, LC Beats. We've got to let you go. All right,
Thank
thank you for joining. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
sir.
connecting. Thank
thank
you
you.
for
Thank you. I
connecting to the
appreciate it.
show.
Thank you very much.
I hope to have you soon, probably
No
when your
problem.
album releases set. All
No
right,
problem.
thank you very much.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so
Bye.
much.
All right. So we're going to go on a short break right now. And then when we come back, we just wrap up with Amos. All right. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pandemic Stories. It's been an amazing show today, and I'm very delighted to have Amos on the show. So Amos, as we begin to wrap up now, so tell us, what do we expect from Amos? I mean, going forward, what do we expect from you? Are we expecting another what's it called, collection from you? What's that big thing that is cooking?
Okay. Um, Thank you so much for this question. I would like to share this of my vision here online. Uh, the journey so far is it's very clear that Almighty God is actually taking me through. And I'm going to say a big thank you to Pastor for reminding me to share that. Uh, the vision is to have an art hall where people get all that entails art, fashion at Amos Wears. So be it entertainment, be it fashion wise, be it the visual aspect of art, you'll be able to get everything conveniently at Amos Wears. That's the vision. And
Mm.
the collection that is on promo right now is called Easy to Wear Than Chic, which I'll be bringing out some other collection before this moving out. And I'm just so grateful that everything is working together for the good of those that trust God, and I am not grateful. Uh, I'm just so grateful. Just
Wow. I see some comments coming in. I see some comments coming in. I see Shayo Adebayo. Pastor Shayo, salute. Thank you for connecting. All right, I see you. I see Cheye Oluro to me. It says cool, you know. So apparently saying big job, you know, to you. I also see you, Ikemba Johnson. Thank you for connecting to the show. It's been nice. It's been amazing, you know, chatting with Amos today, and I'm sure that you all have been inspired as much as I have also been inspired. All right. Okay, so as we wrap up this show, we have something for you. I think for those that saw my post on social media, you know, I had made a promise that there's something. I was going to give out something. And so on this show, right, we have something to give out. So we are going to be I'm going to be asking a simple question. right now. I'm going to ask a simple question, and then I want you to answer this question. And the only place I want you to put this answer is on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is um, Virtual Events TV. Virtual Events TV. That's the YouTube channel. So I want you to go and look for this video on YouTube and post your answer there. Now the winners are going to go home with one of Amos's collection. So Amos is going to make custom made, wear, courtesy of Amos Wear and virtual events. So we're giving out one of those beautiful. I mean, he's going to give you an option of a style you're going to wear. If you want this type, I'm wearing, or you want that hot selling danshiki dimension, he's going to make it available, right? And then also he has this very beautiful face mask, beautiful nose mask that I'm sure if you go on Amos Wears, you will see all that on his Instagram handle. And so we're going to be giving out those face masks as well to the winner, or to the first people that post the correct answers. And the question is very simple. What school did Amos attend? I take that again. What school? He mentioned it on this show. So you probably will have to go watch the video if you missed it. What school did Amos attend? All right. All right. So that's it on today's episode of Pandemic Stories. Thank you very much, Amos, for being a part of this show. Thank you very much. We really, really had a great time on this show today. And I want to believe that just as you have said, all your plans, everything that you plan, I pray for you that God will bring it to pass, in Jesus' name. You're just seeing this, just the beginning. Greater days are ahead. And I believe God strongly that He will fully manifest His purpose for your life. Just keep going upward is your portion. By God's grace. All right. To all our viewers, thank you for watching this edition of Pandemic Stories. Join us same time, 7 p.m. next week, Wednesday, as we'll be spotlighting another great inspirational story of someone who has turned adversity into advantage. It's all about inspiration, it's all about creativity, and it's all about enterprise. My name is Ugochukwu Ezagula, and I am your host on this show. I'll see you same time next week. Till then, have a blessed evening.